We're doing the Epstein audio of Maxine Glizzy, Ghislaine, I'm sorry, Ghislaine Maxwell. Sorry, I keep calling it Glizzy. We're going to do part 3 of this audio. I couldn't find the original one. This is a longer one, but it starts off somewhere in the questioning. So let's get it in, people.
Ever observed? You said that you were. I mean, have you seen there's photographs, public photographs of Mr. Epstein and President Trump together?
Yes.
And there's photographs of. I think you're in some of the photographs as well. Those all appear to be social settings.
Yes.
Are they social settings?
There were social settings. I don't know. Epstein's, if he had, whatever the nature of the president's friendship, if you will, or however you want to define that with Epstein, I was never witnessed. I think they were friendly, like people are in social settings. I don't think they were close friends or.
Uh-oh.
I certainly never witnessed.
Is she trying to salvage anything?
In any of, I don't recall ever seeing him in his house, for instance. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting. In any
She's
way.
defending the president.
Never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
When's the last time you think you saw?
Do you believe this woman
in person, President Trump?
It's been a long time. Probably not. Sometime in the beginning, mid 2000s maybe, and it would only have been a social setting, as far as I recall.
And did you ever hear Mr. Epstein or anybody say that President Trump had done anything inappropriate with masseuses or with anybody in your world?
Did you
Absolutely.
see him do anything or hear anything inappropriate? She says no.
That friend was my father was friendly.
They're talking about Maxwell has been charged with facilitating and sexual abuse of underage girls by Jeffrey Epstein. Let me go back for a second. Hold on. I wanted to read off her charges real quick. If I may, get this done. And they charged with the conduct occurred in New York City, Palm Beach, Florida, Santa Fe, New Mexico, London, England, and recognize either of these persons and feel you may be the victim, please call the following number, 1-800-CALL-FBI. Again, the number is 1-800-CALL-FBI. And this is crazy stuff, crazy charges she's hit with. No, worse than a puffy. Oh, I might have upsetted people with that. But it might be true.
That he blackmailed men, we don't really have to hear that he wasn't a businessman and that everything he did was a fraud or a funk or whatever. I don't believe that to be true.
What?
He practiced blackmail.
So you say you don't believe it to be true, but show me why.
But she doesn't believe that this man's a snidely weasel,
he was very
a scoundrel.
He was very good at math. He paid a lot of attention to his clients. But yes, you're right. There's allegations of
Captain
blackmail,
America,
or also that there was some level of fraud involved in what he did, and you don't believe it. Why do you say that?
Why?
She doesn't believe the fraud, even though she witnessed it.
If there was fraud, I never saw it. What I saw or what I felt when I ran that.
She's recanting a story she said earlier.
I was responsible for the staff. People worked. There were lawyers. There were accountants. I never heard him. I never felt anything icky.
And you mentioned that.
Do you buy it?
In the very beginning of the conversation, you mentioned President Trump in the early 90s.
Yes.
What did you observe as far as President Trump and his relationship with you or Mr. Epstein?
Well, I just want to say for my relationship with President Trump, relationship's a big word, but I just want to say that I met him, or I believe I may have, because of my father in the 90s.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so she met with the president before through her father in the 90s, so apparently she may have some form of a relationship with this man, and obviously seems to be lying, withholding information. There seems to be a trend throughout this whole entire testimony. seems like she's going into things, but just holding out a lot of information and making sure that she doesn't implicate herself in anything that could hold her liable for the charges that she's currently being charged with. And, she'll remind you that she wasn't in the indictment when they first dropped it, but apparently somewhere along the way she got caught with that RICO. But, let's listen to some more of this testimony.
My father liked him very much, and he really liked his wife.
I like Trump and his wife, Ivana.
As far as I'm concerned.
Were they swinging?
President Trump was always very cordial and very kind to me, and I just want to say that I admire his extraordinary achievement in becoming the president now, and I like him.
She's looking for a pardon. She's kissing this man's ass.
That is the main substance of my entire relationship right now.
What about Mr. Epstein's relationship with him?
I don't know how they met, and I don't know how they became friends. I certainly saw them together, and I remember the few times I observed them together that they were friendly.
Was that in social settings?
Were they too friendly?
I believe I only ever saw them in social settings. I don't recall any private settings.
What are the sexual implications? And is Ghislaine Maxwell a cross-dresser as well?
No.
Because there was a ton of innuendos, about all these cross-dressing incidents and sexual incidents with men.
There's photographs, public photographs.
Were people willing to kill this man over this secrecy?
And President Trump together.
Yes.
And there's photographs of, I think you're in some of the photographs as well.
Oh, they were having a sandwich.
Those all appear to be social settings.
Yes.
Trump in the front.
That's my memory.
Ghislaine Maxwell in the back. Epstein having a good time.
Epstein's, if he had, whatever the nature of the president's friendship, if you will, or however you want to define that with Epstein.
How would you define that?
I think they were friendly, like people are in social settings. I don't think they were close friends.
They weren't that close.
I certainly never witnessed the president in any of, I don't recall ever seeing him in his house, for instance. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting.
Why is she going back over this conversation? I hope this is not looping.
The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
He didn't sexually assault Ghislaine Maxwell.
In person, President Trump?
It's been a long time. Probably not. Sometime in the mid 2000s maybe, and it would only have been a social setting, as far as I recall.
And did you ever hear Mr. Epstein or anybody say that?
I swear, if they go over this fucking question again, I'm gonna fast forward it. I'm gonna just do it now. Give me a second.
Absolutely never.
And we heard her say this, and it feels like it went back. What is happening? Okay. I think when I went back and did something to the video or something.
About whether Mr. Epstein maintained like a list of people, like a book of famous people that he knew.
The Book of Secrets?
It's called
the flight log?
A client list or a list. Did you know of the existence of any such list?
You just made the list!
We'll start with that. The genesis of that story, I can actually trace for you from its absolute inception, if that is what you're interested in.
Is she gonna name some names?
There's no client list, nothing like that.
No, there's nothing.
I have people in the comments wanting some names.
Did you ever observe?
It seems to be jumping into audio on its own.
No.
Under pressure to release files relating to its investigation of Jeffrey Epstein, the U.S. Department of Justice instead on Friday made public an interview carried out with his...
I want to get the one that I was looking at the other day. Give me a second.
According to a transcript, Maxwell...
I don't know what's happening. There seems to be some suppression of this audio, and then they keep looping him. A lot of these audios now. I was trying to get to this audio that had the full actual audio of a breakdown. Give me a second.
All of a sudden yesterday, it was just game on. Did anything
But I don't know if it's shadow banning. I don't know what's happening. I'm finding it hard to find that video, even though I had it saved and stored and ready to go. And it was clocked in at 1 hour and 10 minutes in originally. I timed it, where I stopped at 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 15 seconds in, and I wanted to go back from that point, but now I can't find the video. I found it a little bit difficult to find it last time, but now it's literally buried under tons of different videos now. It's just being weird, and now the one that I did find seems to be looping the same area of conversation and avoiding when she was name-dropping names like Wexler and Neon and all these other individuals that Epstein had fallouts with and relationships with and possibly had paintings of them. It is, island over there, cross-dressing like Clinton. There were several different people of interest, and even the FBI had a chuckle over the relations, or the scandalous relations possibly being had between these men. But it seems like this is going on. Like, the more they talking about revealing and releasing all this information, they keep just giving you, the same information, kind of refed over and over, things you possibly already knew, without giving you too much. And they continue the witch hunt, if you will, now. And they got everybody going crazy trying to figure it all out, trying to get the information. There was a couple of videos that have some documents of some of the files released. I guess they go over some of the breakdowns. But at the end of the day, we're not getting Ghislaine Maxwell's full testimony anymore. We got to witch hunt this video. We got to find a way to track it down on the internet, and get it back, to availability. We got to dig it up. We got to dig dug, people. We got to take that golden shovel there. We got to shine that bitch nicely. Turn that bitch sideways and stick it straight up the internet's asshole, because it seems like there's internet suppression on these videos. There's not too many impressions to find this video for some reason. I don't understand. What is the deal? Who's holding out on this stuff? And, are we going to get any answers? And, it seems to be a lot hanging on the questions of the files. Is it phony? Is it falsified information? Even though they say that some of the files recently released, and some of the testimonies recently released, bust this whole case wide open. But, are they going to give us anything out of it? We've been waiting to get, information, and it seems like they're just dragging it. It seems like they're reeling us in like fishes on hooks. I think they got us all reeling in right now. As much as they try to confuse us, with everything going on with the world, with Putin and Gaza and the disagreements to the mineral rights of, the land that they agreed to do a land trade agreement between Ukraine and Russia, and then Putin still, airstrikes these people and hits them with several drone attacks relentlessly. Even after they were talking of peace, this man just brings nothing but war. Is it to distract people from what's happening? And what's happening with that? As America wants to have a little bit of a settlement there as well, some fucking observational area or something. I forgot what exactly they were talking about in the capacity, but it seems to be some mineral deal. And what is these minerals about? What is it all about? All this murder, all this mayhem? Is it, for exclusive mineral water rights? Are the people thirsty over there? Or is it something more ominous, or is this weapon-based kind of thing? I don't know. We didn't get any answers on that. Nobody has touched on this subject, so we were still wondering. I don't know if the world want to know, but I really want to know what's the deal with that. And they were talking about Germany and France, apparently, looking to get into it, talking about World War III possibly, threats of an attack. I don't know what's happening with them. What was the disagreement between Germany and France? I guess I got to look into it more. I didn't get the complete story. I did see a little bit of a headline. Now, I didn't get to catch too much of the news, as most of the headlines, we're talking about several different shootings and violence and the uptick of, gun violence. Not just in the Bronx, but in America, with this crazy story about the trans student that shot up the school, and now they're just aiming the targets towards trans people, mentally ill people, and guns. Is it by accident, or is this, a way of them targeting us? But again, you can't get in and say whatever you want, because I don't want my show liquidated like Ed, what's this man's name? Alex Jones, when they talked about Sandy Hooks, because again, you can't talk about Sandy Hooks either. I'm just entertaining the idea. Is this some form of strategy? Or, something, I don't know. But again, with everything going on in the city, as well, they're talking about this mayoral race, maybe, weed it out. It might just take a bunch of people out of here. Get the fuck up out of here. They're looking to pack a bunch of the, running mates out of here. Get out of here. Go home. And with that being said, they seem to want to push Mamdani. He was talking about, it's clear that Cuomo is, Trump's mayor, the guy he wants to endorse. Clearly, this is the man he wants to be the mayor of New York. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I'll tell you, I don't want Mamdani. This man wants to legalize prostitution. He wants to take out your neighborhood stores and replace them with government ran stores. I'm telling you, this man is an extremist, and you ain't gonna like any of the business, of his shenanigans once they fully lay out. It's just gonna seem good at first. Oh, everything is great. And then one day you're gonna find yourself literally, homeless, starving, fighting off meth addicts and prostitutes and migrants. Oh my. Because that's the America they want. That's the kind of New York City they want. They changed the city that never sleeps to the city of yes. You got to think about that, people. I don't have a problem with the LGBTQ community, obviously. And, I'm just saying that the city that never sleeps, made more sense because, we run continuously, non-stop, like Uncle Bobby and his programming. And then now you're just making me like, yes, people, yes, snappy. A very zesty host over here all of a sudden. Because I like to think that I'm rocking it. I feel like a rock star right now. And maybe I can do it like a rock star too. As I remind people, that I am the man, the myth, the legend. The titan, the juggernaut, the kaiju. The Momoa, the houseworth, even if I'm missing a few front teeth. Even if they tell you I look like the Jack Lake Beef Jerky Yeti. I'll tell you I'm swinging these buggy with podcasters from YouTube, from Spotify, on Facebook, on TikTok. Because it's TikTok, people. I'm on the live at the clock. And hopefully you're going to be here with me when we continue to do that. And I'm just talking about a couple of things that I found interesting on the internet. And on the news circling around today. And, hopefully you are having a great day. Hopefully you are having a great time. Because I like to think that every time we rock out together, you're going to have a great show. You're going to have something to do. And ignore some of the humdrums from life. Because you can't take things too serious. You may be guilty of letting these things get to you. You may get on the internet and let the stories of the day unfold and just put a negative spin to your day. And it might not be so cloudy. It might not be so gloomy. It might just be you not understanding what you're mentally doing to yourself. As we tend to be our own worst enemy. We tend to be our worst critics, criticizing every aspect of everything that we do. You got to get yourself to a Charlotte Buff rant. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Give a fuck what you think, but we want to know, what do you think, people, in the comments? Am I too ambitious? Have I lost my mind? Because I'm trying to run all this programming, throughout all these social networkings. As I'm continue to, grow, take my Rocco Sparkle serious, and get bigger like that with the Avania larger for you people. Because if I wasn't doing that, what would I even be doing with my time? As I told you, I'm looking to be the fastest rising star over here. I'm looking to make 2025 the biggest success story for Uncle Bobby. And I'm going to stop right now and just give myself a round of applause. Well, I want to give a shout out to, everybody that's been reaching out, everybody that's slowly, becoming a cult member in the cult of Uncle Bobby. Spash over there. We got this artist, a creator, and I'm hoping that he, brings out more, videos out there. as this man takes his art to the extreme, deathmatch style almost. And I think that you would be impressed by some of the stuff he does. I think he's an amazing artist. I think he's amazing talent. Definitely getting the shout out. And Debbie Cakes over here. Happy birthday to Debbie Cakes. Also, you can catch her at Blazler85 doing, her life blogs, movie reviews, and wrestling, and anything else that she can get into. Definitely give her a shout out. Let her know Uncle Bobby sent her off on the page there. And, why not continue on with the, shout outs? We're going to continue to do this. My boy Flip the Beast, FLIP. THABEAST, all in one caption. You can find him on all the platforms over there, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. This man is doing the music game. He's taking it to another level. And hopefully you can help him get there too. And, I also know another creative designer looking to get into, designing arts over here, breaking. That's Zaymark. And that's ZAYMARQ. ZAYMARQ. And, go check him out. He's looking to get online shop back up again. Maybe you could talk about making some personal designs of your own, and maybe get some graphic shirts, sweaters, hats, or whatever. And maybe you could get something specifically designed for your taste and negotiate the price options. I don't know them, so I'm just gonna say that I didn't get to that point. But, hopefully they're going to be reasonable as we're dealing with a financial crisis over here. We're all looking to find our road to financial successes here. And hopefully everybody's going to get their road to successes. And, while I'm on the road to giving everybody a shout out, my sister, on Spotify with a great effing question. A team over there, Austin, and, the soundboard lady. I'm not going to get into this whole thing. I'll just give them a shout out if you want to check them out, because I'm giving everybody a little bit of love here. I don't know if they go out of their way to, give me some love, give me the cheap pop on the show, but, I'm that kind of guy. I'm generous, because again, I don't mind letting people eat off for the blood, sweat, and the tears. No, I'm just playing, no, but, again, special shout out to Spash. And that's SPASH, Spash. And hopefully his page is going to be a smashing hit. And check out the artwork. As, he puts his body on the line for what he does. And I'm looking forward to checking out some new videos or content coming out from that channel. And all the channels and all the people that are, currently working, on becoming creators. And continue the creativity. And, again, I'm just extending this hello, how are you? Friendly, gesture to everybody, because I think everybody deserves the shout out. I think everybody deserves the spotlight. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time and becoming one of the co-members. And you are the superstars. You make and break the talent. Hopefully you find that I am, becoming a better talent. Hopefully you feel that I'm creating a bigger platform. And with that being said, I'm going to get ready to cut this show out. Hopefully you're going to show up for the next one. As I'm looking to take my videos into the hundreds. And my viewerships, to be higher than the unemployment rates in America. Because I like that number to continue to fluctuate. I wish that there was more opportunities for people to get some good in work. But you know what? If you don't got nothing to do, and you want, the internet. And you're looking to just continue to run through the Wi-Fi, the fiber optics, then why not decide to just check out Uncle Bobby? Have a little bit of sit down, have a little bit of a conversation, continue to travel through the airports, and flying through those terrible, falling airplanes, and continue to go into a nosedive, or continue to take one of those packed buses, where people just tend to want to set people on fire. And maybe one of those trains where somebody's double fisting some coffee, chewing on a salmon smoked bagel, with some cream cheese and several varieties of flavors of jellies. Because, again, I like to think that my show is that exquisite. And I like to think that the people that listen to the show have exquisite taste. As we continue to practice our mukbang noise. Delicious. Very Hannibal Lecter style. And hopefully I'm eating it up. Hopefully you're eating it up. And with that being said, people, Even if your Ancestry.com says I'm not your uncle, I am your uncle. And for the morning, afternoon, or whenever you really wake up, forget about it.